IBM S2000-025 exam practice questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. Which commands are commonly used on X to review hardware-level statistics of an Ethernet adapter? Choose 2. A. Netstat. B. Netpamon. C. Netstat. D. ifconfig. The answer is AC. Ethernet adapters on X can be examined using tools that expose link level and protocol statistics. Netstat provides device-specific diagnostics such as packet errors, link settings, and hardware counters. Meanwhile, Netstat supplements this data by reporting protocol-level metrics and interface status. Together, they offer comprehensive visibility across the networking stack. Using both commands allows administrators to diagnose performance degradation or detect interface faults. They are standard utilities included in the base operating environment. Which X command displays the system's current run level and its transition history? A. uname R. B. who R. C. lssrc. D. lsdevc. The answer is B. The who-R command reports the system's current run level along with details of recent transitions. It reads system state information maintained by the init subsystem, which helps administrators understand how the OS reached its present state. This is particularly useful during troubleshooting boot issues or unexpected shutdowns. Other listed commands do not provide run-level information. Therefore, who-R is the authoritative source for this purpose. What is the main purpose of the hardware diagnostics utility diag on X? A. Managing system updates. B. Inspecting network configuration. C. Running hardware test routines and displaying diagnostic reports. D. Installing software packages. The answer is C. The diag tool provides IBM-supplied diagnostic routines designed to validate hardware functionality. It can test components such as disks, memory, adapters, and system planar resources. Diagnostic logs generated by the tool assist in pinpointing failing components for replacement. Unlike configuration tools, diag focuses exclusively on hardware health and error verification. It is critical for isolating issues before engaging support or triggering repair actions. Which file controls how an AIX system prioritizes name resolution mechanisms such as local files and DNS? A. etc. hosts. B. etc. services. C/etc/netsvc.conf. D/etc/resolve.conf. The answer is C. The net-svc conf file defines the order in which X attempts to resolve host names, whether it consults local files first or external DNS servers. The directive typically appears in the form hosts = local bind. This file gives administrators fine-grained control over lookup precedence, which is crucial in environments with mixed internal and external name services. It complements but does not replace, etc. hosts or /etc/resolve.conf. Misconfiguration here can lead to delays or failed lookups, affecting system connectivity. Which command can be used on X to manually adjust the system date and time? Choose 2. A. Chrony. B. NTP date. C. Date. D. Time detect L. The answer is B. C. The date command allows direct modification of the system clock by specifying a new timestamp. When synchronizing with an authoritative time source, the NTP date utility can issue a one-time adjustment without enabling full NTP services. X does not rely on time detect L, which is a Linux-specific tool. These mechanisms help ensure clock integrity when NTP is not running or requires manual correction. Accurate timekeeping is essential for logs, security auditing, and distributed workloads. Which statements correctly describe logical CPUs in an AIX environment? Choose 2. A logical CPUs may represent thread-level subdivisions created by SMT. B. A physical CPU corresponds only to a full processor chip, not a core. C. Virtual CPUs cannot map to logical CPUs in partitioned setups. D. Logical CPUs may also represent virtual CPUs assigned within micropartitions. The answer is AD. Logical CPUs reflect the processor threads available through simultaneous multi-threading, allowing multiple execution paths per core. In virtualized power systems, logical CPUs may also denote virtual processors assigned by the hypervisor to a partition. This enables partitions to scale workloads beyond the limits of physical cores. These layers abstract computing resources to optimize scheduling and throughput. The incorrect options contradict how X and Power VM represent processor topology. Which file should be reviewed first when a user cannot authenticate into an AIX system? A. Etc. Password. B. Etc. Security, last log. C. Etc. Security, user. D. var. Admiral, WTMP. The answer is C. The etc. security user file defines user-specific attributes including login permissions, password policies, and authentication controls. Issues such as locked accounts, remote login restrictions, or expired credentials are often traceable to values defined in this file. It forms part of AIX's security framework stored in the Object Data Manager. Although other files log historical activity, they do not govern authentication policy. Therefore, this file is the primary reference during login troubleshooting. If a file system refuses to mount after a system crash, which command is appropriate to attempt an automatic repair? A. LSFS. B. Fuser K. C. Mount A. D. FSCKY. The answer is D. The FSCKY command forces consistency checks and automatically accepts repair actions when errors are detected. After an unexpected crash, JFS2 or other file systems may record inconsistencies that prevent a clean mount. Running FSCK helps restore metadata integrity and ensures safe access to stored data. This should be performed in maintenance mode to avoid conflicts with active mounts. The other commands do not resolve structural corruption within a file system. Which command removes an RPM package on X while also cleaning up unused dependencies? A. Install pu. B. RPME. C. pkg_erm. D. Deinstall. The answer is B. The RPM subsystem on X behaves similarly to Linux distributions and supports dependency tracking. The RPME command removes an installed package and can automatically remove dependencies that no longer serve any installed software. This ensures that the system remains tidy and avoids library clutter. In contrast, Install P manages native X packages and does not apply to RPMs. Using RPME maintains consistency within RPM-controlled software stacks. What action can help restore access to a volume group if one disk of a mirrored VG becomes unavailable and the VG fails to vary on? A. Synsolvodum. B. Varian VGF. C. CHVGMQ. D. Recover VG. The answer is B. The Varian VGF command forces activation of a volume group even when one or more disks are missing. In mirrored configurations, sufficient redundancy usually exists to bring the VG online using surviving mirrors. This forced activation allows administrators to access the data and take corrective measures such as replacing the failed disk. Without this option, the system may refuse to activate the VG due to missing quorum. It is a standard recovery step for degraded mirrored environments.